A dog saves the day in one Birmingham neighborhood, stopping a would-be burglar in his tracks.
Well, Joshua and Kim, two family dogs greeted whoever it was. Family has a message for that person. Beware of their dog.
When her owner had a seizure and collapsed, Clover blocked traffic.
She's my hero right now, and I'm really proud of her.
Join us today to witness some incredible incidents where they didn't know that camera was still rolling. Having to spot an uninvited guest who also happens to be nervous at the same time is more than enough to be considered an intruder. A security camera in New Mexico captured a moment dating February 2022, showing a man on the rooftop making a run for it. The desperation of the man that is fueled by two pet dogs chasing and barking at him attempts to make his escape by getting off the rooftop to the ground, eyeing to make a run for the border wall. The fear of the dogs combined with the hesitation of being seen or caught slows him down until he finally makes his escape. Dogs save the day. On October 17, 2022, two street dogs in Argentina intervened when a robbery attempt was made by a duo on a bike. The suspects that looked to be targeting someone specifically quickly arrived on the scene, having a handgun drawn and pointed seemingly towards the victim. Before things could escalate any further, two brave street dogs that, after sensing trouble, charged towards the armed robber that kept him from moving any further, only to turn around and flee from the scene. These street dogs certainly have earned themselves a generous treat. Unsung hero. A security camera of a home in a quiet neighborhood of Colonia Las Brisas, New Mexico, recorded the moment where an intruder confidently makes his way over the gate into the house. The suspected burglar, who seemingly looks confident until the canine comes out barking and catching him off guard. After failing to calm this boxer down, the perpetrator is left with no choice but to abandon his pursuit and flee from the premises. From the level of intimidation to miserably failing the objective of the trespasser, this unsung hero showcased how vigilante and protective the dogs can be. Its loyalties, however, could have been flexible had the intruder brought a treat. Night of tension. This is one of the many reasons that justifies the good old saying of nothing good happens after midnight. This tense video dating back to February 2022 shows a mountain lion that appears in a front yard of a home in Colorado while in pursuit of a pet dog. It starts jumping and racing around, which got the attention of the homeowner, who, due to her helplessness, ends up screaming while not being able to pick up her dog in time. With bravery, she confronts to shoo away the prowling mountain lion. Robbery gone wrong. In a courageous act caught on a security camera, a pit bull emerged as a hero. The canine defender named Lasagna faced an unexpected challenge when three men attempted to rob a house in Los Alamos neighborhood in the state of New Mexico. The criminals casually walked towards and into the house, before rushing out moments later while being chased by the fearless pit bull. The pit bull, nicknamed as Lasagna, chased them relentlessly, forcing the would-be thieves to flee. Though the criminals managed to escape, the pit bull's bravery and determination must have left a lasting impression on them. Lasagna proved to be a fearless protector when it came to playing its role as the man's best friend. Entailed bear confrontation.
As Joseph Damiani gives us the play-by-play of his nighttime bear encounter.
If you happen to hear your pet dogs barking at something after dark, you probably might want to be armed and prepared. Joseph is a resident in New Jersey, who after hearing abrupt noise in his back porch decided to investigate. Initially, the only thing that he got the sight of was that of a fence that looked to be broken, until a bear passed behind him pursuing both of his pet dogs. The bear struggled to follow the dogs that entered the house, where Joseph's girlfriend Shirley resisted the bear from getting in.
When they came inside the house, I just tried to lock the door.
According to experts, the bear was initially attracted by bird feeders until it decided to make a meal out of the dogs that were leashed. Family's frightening ordeal. A CCTV camera captured this footage of a chilling moment that soon turned into a challenge of intimidation when a black bear appeared out of nowhere. The woman looks to be helplessly scared, being in dilemma whether to hide or save the pet dog that is being pursued by the bear. The pursuit takes a turn around along with the dog, at which point the man of the house steps in. Being bigger than the bear, the man confronts the bear by screaming and gesturing in an effort to scare away the bear. Astonishingly, the bear, deterred by the unexpected screams, retreats from the scene. Another robbery thwarted. In this heart-stopping video, a man was walking his dog late at night when two street snatchers appeared and attempted to rob the unsuspecting walker. As one of the two robbers gets off the motorcycle, the dog owner, who looks to have frozen in fear, the canine jumps at the would-be robber and disrupts him from robbing his owner with lightning speed. Shocked by having the tables turned on them, the thugs quickly retreat, and they flee the scene on their bike. Livestock calf jumped on. In this CCTV footage dating back to June 2019 from Barman Village near Gir National Park, India, shows a male lion that ventured into a cattle shed in the dead of night. With nearly 700 to 750 lions inhabiting a vast area, these majestic creatures often depend on domestic cattle for food. The video captures a tense moment as the lion takes down a calf, prompting the shed owner to intervene with a stick. He throws the stick towards the lions in an attempt to protect the remaining cattle. While Gir lions typically avoid human confrontation, this incident underscores the challenges faced by both humans and wildlife sharing the same habitat. Small dog chases away. In the quiet town of Lamar, Utah, something peculiar happened in 2014. Captured by a security camera showing an unidentified man who was trespassing in the property. The owner shared this footage showing the stranger moving around in his backyard, hinting that he was looking for a way into his house. Later investigations, the owner of the property revealed that the intruder was looking for a bag of cash that he had tucked away in his backyard. However, the owner's dog made its way out of the house through the pet door and pursued the intruder, who, after panicking, abandoned his pursuit for the heist. Sea lion rudely bothered. This sea lion, who looks to have lost track of where it fell, probably after a long day until its sleep was rudely interrupted. This footage was shared by two girls by the harbor somewhere in Belgium, where one of them got the wild idea of touching a napping sea lion at the end of a harbor. She approaches the sea lion, being unaware of the consequences of being caught in her mischief. Just as she touches the sea lion on its back, the unaware sea dweller reacts abruptly, scaring the woman. Had the sea lion been more aggressive, this certainly wouldn't have ended with giggles or laughter. Frustrated lion. Lions definitely don't like being put behind fences and in cages, just as this one, who rather got aggressive, having to see trespassers in its territory. Frustrated, the lion directs its powerful roar towards a passing human. It then quickly rises and charges at the ground, showcasing its innate desire for freedom and the untamed wild. The raw display of primal instinct serves as a reminder that wild animals like these do not fit to be held in captivity. Cage that almost broke. The thought of the shark cage being always effective against aggressive shark encounters don't always pan out as expected. A clip from February 2014 shows a moment where cage diving's worst nightmare almost came true when a great white shark sprung onto it with sheer determination. With some of the bars in the cage missing, the shark almost completely got into the cage, leaving the divers scared out of their wits. After several minutes of struggle, the shark gave up and made its way out, highlighting the precarious line between fascination and danger in the world of underwater predators. Intruder leopard. If you happen to have a night shift and often sleep at your job, there is a lot that you might be missing out on. This security guard was in the middle of dozing off until he saw a big cat with spots walking right past him. The camera footage shows a majestic leopard that casually passes by the guard while making sure that the guard is not looking at it, almost as if it were a burglar or something. The incident reportedly occurred near a tourist spot in northern India, where the guard was stationed to protect a helipad. The video also captures the intense moment when the leopard's unexpected appearance shocks the man, waking him. Adventurous lion encounter. A group of seasoned game rangers shared this thrilling moment, showing how they fearlessly make the lions to be the ones to take a flight. Using nothing but a stick and showing not a single clue of fear, they managed to back off not only the lion but also his missus. The viewers are in awe looking at these majestic creatures. There are no cages or fences, only guides armed with a stick and an occasional treat to keep them from getting completely hungry. Paddleboarding adventure.
Underneath me! Look, the tiger's got the turtle underneath me!
On a sunny day, the famous YouTuber YBS Youngbloods was out for a chill paddle boarding session. All was good until a massive shark decided to join the party. At first, he decided to go further than just seeing until the shark got all aggressive.
Oh, what?
Things go sideways as the predator eyes the guy with the camera. Luckily, no harm was done, and our paddleboarder buddy makes it back to the shore in one piece. Dog takes the wheel. Without this footage, it certainly would have been quite a challenge for the owner to convince the insurance company how a dog drove a golf cart and smashed onto his vehicle. Titan is a 10-year-old motorhead English Mastiff from Winnipeg, Manitoba, who, after getting too caught up in its playful mood that out of curiosity, it got onto a golf cart that happened to turn around and rammed onto the parked vehicle of the dog owner. Whether you call it Titan's unplanned detour or the dog purposely taking the opportunity to get back at its owner, the owner was lucky to find the incident recorded on camera. Lion intimidation charge. At this point, you should realize that messing around with a lion is not such a good idea. A group of tourists that were checking out a lion pride having their lunch by the game reserve's edge until the dominant lion was infuriated with their presence. After showing repeated signs of unappreciated behavior of the visitors, the lion got up and made a very intimidating charge towards the fence to scare them all. Now, a flimsy fence is all that stood between them and a powerful predator. Lucky or what? What would you do in this situation? Bison stampede chaos. Let's fly to Yellowstone National Park, where a serene moment quickly transforms into chaos. A herd of bison calmly traversing the park inadvertently triggers a massive traffic jam. The unfolding drama takes an unforeseen twist, leaving everyone astonished. In a stunning display of synchronized movement, the entire bison herd reacts to an unseen force, causing a collective panic. The majestic creatures navigate the obstacles in their way with surprising agility, avoiding collisions and damage to the surrounding cars. Bear Road Close Call.
Oh, shut up.
The footage captures a massive bear charging full speed towards a ranger, who reacts with urgency.
Oh, shut up.
During this tense moment, he fetches a tranquilizing gun from his truck, ready to defend himself. Surprisingly though, the bear stops, allowing the ranger to deter the potential threat. As the animal retreats into the woods, the ranger remains vigilant, making sure the coast is clear. Now that is some story to tell at a dinner table, isn't it? Elephant Guide. Check out this incredible video from Kruger National Park in South Africa. A huge elephant decides to charge at a guide standing right in front of him. But wait for it. Alan McSmith, the guide, keeps his cool. He doesn't run or scream in panic and stands his ground. Upon the elephant halting in confusion, the man moves around his arms and magically, the elephant stops dead in its tracks. Alan says it's all about staying calm. Most people would have probably freaked out or maybe taken a shot in self-defense, but not him. Florida man versus alligator. This jaw-dropping footage features a Florida man fearlessly confronting an angry alligator armed with a garbage bin. The man showcases his dominance by pushing the bin towards the reptile and attempting to close the lid. After a tense standoff, the man successfully releases the alligator back into the wild. This is how confronting alligators becomes a norm in Florida. Walked in on lion. A 31-year-old Indian man got himself in a scary situation after breaking the rules of the zoo and venturing into the enclosure of an African lion at Nehru Zoological Park in Hyderabad. Stuck on one of the walls, the man became an unintended person of interest for the lion, although it seemed to be patiently waiting for an opportunity to seize its potential meal. Quick intervention by zoo authorities stopped this potentially dangerous outcome as they managed to pull the man away from this life-threatening position. Later on, the individual was handed over to law enforcement. Narrow escape.
Oh my God, he's gonna jump on us.
Back in 2016, a couple of tourists were on a safari trip in India's Ranthambore National Park when they found themselves in the crosshairs of a hungry tiger.
Oh my God, he's gonna jump on us.
As soon as the tiger is spotted in a hunting mode, attempting to close in on them, the tour guide sped away immediately toward safety, only narrowly escaping this formidable beast. The tiger disengaged, but turns out to be a persistent one as he keeps on tracking the vehicle. They narrowly escape the clutches of the jungle's formidable beast. This ordeal is a stark reminder of how important vigilance is in the wild. Slapped into enclosure. The fact that there were no fences to keep it in itself was a crime in the making. This suspenseful footage taken in Delhi Zoo shows a hippopotamus that was coming out of its enclosure, leaving all the visitors terrified. With the hippo showing little to no aggressive attitude, a lone security guard of the zoo stepped in and resorted to the means of slapping the hippo to get back within its enclosure and protect the visitors. Surprisingly, the hippo complies with no resistance and retreats back into its enclosure. Mama bear scare. It's not just the dysfunctional family that this mother bear had to deal with, but also to protect them from humans by keeping the intimidation levels high. In Yellowstone National Park, a black bear, accompanied by 3 cubs, engaged in an unexpected encounter with a group of tourists on a bridge. The incident shows the bear family appearing scared and confused around a crowd of people. Some tourists are seen running away and getting back inside their cars, while others are too excited and start taking pictures. Marine mischief.
We have a problem. Yep, they got a leak. We have a leak.
Tourists that were on a touring trip in Elephant Island when one of the boats sparked a curiosity of a leopard seal. It emerges from the water and boldly tries to climb aboard their boat, leaving everyone on board terrified, until the attempt is foiled by speeding up the boat.
We have a problem. Yep, they got a leak. We have a leak.
Had the man in control of the boat not been vigilant, the passengers would probably have jumped on by this curious marine animal or fell into the freezing cold water. Intimidating little one. Filmed in Kruger Park, tourists were observing a herd of elephants when things took an interesting turn. Instead of the adult elephants confronting the tourist vehicle to protect their little, the little one itself decided to stand its ground and charge the vehicle, causing them to reverse. Laughter from children on board added joy to the delightful scene. This video must have left the tourists with a unique and cherished memory from their wildlife adventure. Kangaroo confrontation. This confrontation with an ornery kangaroo escalated quickly. The kangaroo, seemingly irritated, provoked a brawl, which the man responded by rather keeping it physical banter. As the kangaroo becomes more agitated, a teenager intervenes to calm it down, which didn't make much of a difference anyway until the park ranger arrived, at which point it got civil. Amid all the absurdity, the tourist maintained surprising composure, refusing to throw a full-blown punch. Driven out of territory. During a safari trip at Juma Reserve, tourists and game rangers were forced to cut short the trip when they came across this rhino, who, after following them for a couple of minutes, randomly started charging them. As per the game ranger, this rhino was unusually more territorial despite these evasive actions. The determined rhino persisted in his charge, which forced them to return back to depot. Post-chaos, the guide revealed this was not the first time this particular rhino had targeted a safari jeep, with numerous other instances as well. Flanking bear.
Go on, bear.
Two explorers found themselves face to face with a bear, and as tension rose, they drew out bear spray as a precautionary measure.
Go on, bear. Go on, bear.
The explorers carefully distanced themselves from the bear, who kept retreating and flanking them from all around. It was either trying to protect its young, checking the defenses of a potential prey, or just attempting to drive them out of its territory.
Keep looking away.
In a sudden twist, the bear changes course and swiftly retreats, leaving the men with a sigh of relief. Rhino charge close call. Victoria Voter, a vlogger on an African adventure, found herself caught in a terrifying encounter with an aggressive black rhino. She was documenting this rare large black rhino that was grazing until it started charging towards them in full force. With no vehicle nearby to escape in and nothing to defend themselves or deter the rhino, leaving their chances of survival to be slim. Miraculously, the ferocious charge concluded without harm, as the rhino abruptly retreated, leaving the shaken group unscathed. Skater's nightmare. Uploaded in October 2017, this unsettling video was captured by a lone skater that was passing through a forest road until a huge bear appeared right in front of him.
Hey, mate.
Instead of swiftly retreating, he curiously approaches the predator. The suspense builds as the bear steadily advances, and the skater attempts to backtrack. Unfortunately, the video cuts off, intensifying the spooky uncertainty of what unfolded next. Grizzly bear in open. Moving on, we have a huge grizzly bear pacing in circular motions on the road, prompting multiple park rangers to intervene. Despite their attempts to shoo it away, the bear lingers close enough, refusing to retreat fully into the wilderness. In a bid to deter the persistent threat, the rangers resort to firing warning shots, hoping the loud sounds will instill fear. When this tactic proved to be ineffective, they escalated to be more drastic measures, resulting in a tense and dramatic turn of events. The bear, struck by warning shots, retreats further into the trees. Shark cage dive. Embarking on a cage facing off with a great white shark, the footage captures the intense moment when the shark aggressively bites the cage. With just the bar separating the women from its powerful jaws. Their fear is evident as the predator circles, drawn by the scent of fish bait dangled by the cage operator. Despite the women's distress, the operator persists in enticing the shark. Fortunately, the sturdy cage withstands the relentless assault, keeping the safety of the terrified divers. Russian brown bear. In this video, a bear seizes the opportunity and charges towards the unsuspecting intruder. The confrontation starts with the man trying to intimidate the brown bear that remains patient until he turns around. As soon as he does, the bear charges him and stands up as the intimidation part. Surprisingly, with a stroke of luck, the man manages to escape quickly and unscathed, retreating to safety. Oregon mountain lion. This tense footage unfolds with a man finding himself in an encounter with a weary mountain lion. Both are locked in an intense gaze and cautiously navigating the fragile balance of the moment. Tensions escalate as the man struggles with the decision of whether to resort to drastic measures and defend himself with this firearm. In a twist of fate, the mountain lion, perhaps sensing the mutual unease, chooses the path of de-escalation, deciding to retreat into the wilderness. Honeymoon adrenaline rush. The two rhinos decide to give the newlyweds a good run for their money. Chasing their vehicle for a whopping 2 kilometers. The park ranger managed to keep a pace with these rhino speed and remain ahead. Now, rhinos aren't known for their marathon skills, but these rebels are running at 30 kilometers per hour, that they could easily outrun any average person on foot, with the rhinos holding all the cards against them. After all, the couple certainly would need some good adrenaline rush for good memories. Bodybuilder challenging lion.
Adam.
In a surprising showdown, a bodybuilder engages in a tug of war with a lion, creating a crazy scene. First, it seems like fun and games, but then the competition intensifies as both participants demonstrate unwavering determination. The lion releases the rope first, and it seems like he's finally conceded. However, the resilient big cat rejoins the battle. As the spirited struggle unfolds, both contenders eventually come to a halt. Both seem visibly tired but excited for the challenge. Bear chases kayaker.
Grizzly bear, baby grizzly. Whoa.
This next video captures the incredible swimming abilities of a bear as it pursues a man in a kayak. The bear charges towards the river and fearlessly dives in, swiftly closing the gap on the unsuspecting kayaker. Panicking, the kayaker begins rowing furiously, desperately attempting to escape the determined bear. It first appears as though the bear might catch up, but the challenging waves prove to be an obstacle, wearing out the giant creature. In a fortunate twist, the man manages to outpace the bear, making a narrow escape, leaving everyone around on the edge. Seal Mom takes a stand. During the daring 5 Capes Challenge in South Africa, 47-year-old Stuart Schwo faced an unexpected challenge when a protective seal took offense to his presence. As part of the notorious challenge involving rounding 5 capes in just 10 days, Schwo and his teammates navigated through a residential sea colony called the Cape Seal. The encounter turned intense as the kayakers passed hundreds of these miniature mammals, provoking the anger of one vigilant mother seal who headbutted and bit Schwo's kayak. Black wolf in dark. Gray wolves are known for their mysterious nature and they rarely venture into areas inhabited by humans. However, while driving around in Yellowstone Park, a person gets a rare glimpse into the life of these unique creatures. He captures the terrific moment as a gray wolf gracefully crosses the road. The wolf is exhibiting both curiosity and an air of intimidation, cautiously surveying the road and the person in the car. Its deadly gaze is enough to evoke a sense of fear in anyone. After a brief and tense interaction, the mysterious wolf retreats into the wilderness, leaving the observer with a haunting memory. Aggressive elephant close encounter. In this unnerving video that a tourist recorded showing a colossal elephant that was only spitting distance away from them on the dirt road, the tourist adopted a strategy of stillness and calmness, hoping not to provoke the massive animal that already seemed to be pissed while inspecting them. Unfortunately, the video leaves viewers on edge as it concludes abruptly, leaving the fate of this nerve-wracking encounter unresolved. Sea lion surprise. As the child played in the water at the beach, they suddenly noticed an unusual visitor approaching with the tide, a sea lion. Caught off guard, the youngest member of the family, little Billy, found himself standing face to face with the marine creature. In a funny twist, the sea lion playfully leaped towards Billy, causing him to fall down. This scared his parents, but gladly no harm was done. Momentary scare. Rather than bringing fear, the encounter added an element of excitement to the family's beach day. Everyone just left the sea lion alone as it leisurely continued its journey along the shoreline. Dogs versus mountain lion. Moving on, this video begins with a racket of howling dogs, signaling an unsettling presence in the forest. As the tension rises, a mountain lion comes into view, perched on a tree branch. Unexpectedly, chaos follows as the courageous dogs launch a relentless chase after the annoyed cougar. Would you stand your ground recording or retreat back if faced with a mountain lion? Fox's bizarre antics. This isn't a case of a fox trying to intimidate, rather that there was something really wrong with it. A creepy video that made its way to the internet shows this canine animal that was strangely fixated on a door, biting at the glass as if it was possessed by something, or that it was rabid. The fox's antics escalate as it takes turns between licking and biting, messing around with it while it's driven by confusion, senselessness, and is diseased clearly looks more like a recipe for a disaster. staring contest with Rhino. In the heart of Africa, a gang of tourists found themselves face to face with a charging black rhino, along with a guide that has nerves of steel. The rhino first rushes ahead with full speed, playing the game of chicken with their safari ride, before halting and turning around. But the ranger doesn't panic, as if it is a staring contest. It's a thrilling standoff that seems more like a conversation between man and beast. Open discussion. A security camera captured this footage on January 11, 2021 at a residential home in Reptile, India, showing the dramatic moment where two robbers were attempting to make their way into the residence by climbing and walking over the wall until a German Shepherd emerged as the ultimate guardian. It startles and intimidates the would-be thief, who quickly then backs off and retreats. The dog's swift response not only prevents a potential burglary, but also alerts the other residents to be wary of these intruders. Thank you very much for watching the video. Have you ever had such an experience with an animal? Share in the comments, and do like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.